Hi, and welcome back to kayohdesign. In this video today, I will be showing you how to do faux calligraphy. If that's something you're interested in seeing, stay tuned. This video is the fourth video in the Learn Hand Lettering series. I will put links to the previous 3 videos in the description, as well as linking to the playlist. So if you haven't seen the previous 3 videos, I'm just going to go over the supplies that I'm using. I have been using the Crayola Super Tips, as well as the Bien Fang marker paper. And I've also been using this lettering practice sheet as a guide underneath my marker paper. If you'd like to get a sheet for yourself, you can head to my website to grab that. I will link that down below as well. Faux calligraphy is a great way to get started in your hand lettering journey. It allows you to achieve the look of calligraphy without using the traditional calligraphy materials. So like I said, I'm using the Crayola Super Tips, and that's the marker that I've been using for all of the videos that I've done so far. And you can use whatever marker, pen, or pencil would work for you. The reason why this is called faux calligraphy is because you achieve the thicker strokes by filling them in as opposed to applying pressure. I will show you what I mean in a moment. In this video, I'm only going to focus on a few letters of the alphabet and show you how you can achieve faux calligraphy. So I will be drawing these letters a little bit larger than I normally would, and that's just so you're able to see what I'm doing. So the first letter I'm going to draw is the letter D, and it'll be a lowercase d. At this point, you don't have to worry about the upstroke or the downstroke or any of that. You're just going to draw your letter. So after you draw your letter however you want, now you're going to think about the downstroke, because essentially this whole thing is the weight of the upstroke. And remember, in the previous videos, the downstroke is always a heavier pressure when you're doing your hand lettering, and then the upstroke would be a lighter pressure. So because I didn't worry about applying any pressure, this is all just one thickness. So now what we have to do is go back in and use our marker to apply the heavier downstroke. And so now you would think about where that downstroke would be. So in the D, it's going to be here, and then here. Those are the times that we are bringing the pen down towards us. So what you're going to do next is create a second line pretty much parallel to the stroke that you did in the D. So see, there's that secondary stroke that I just made. And then I'll do it again here. And then after that, all you have to do is just fill that in. I'm going to draw it again so you can see. So again, you're not worrying about pressure or anything like that. You're just drawing it using one thickness, if you will. And so then after that, you go back in and you create that secondary stroke where it would be heavier. So again, here it would be right here. And then for the stem. And then once you have that, you just fill it in. So now I'm going to move on to the next letter, which is going to be a G. And again, just draw the G as normal. Don't think about any pressure. Just draw the letter, and then you can go back in and apply the heavier downstrokes. So now that you have your letter drawn, you're going to go back in and add that secondary stroke on each part of the letter that's the downstroke, and then you would fill it in. And then now you would just fill that in. And you can always go back through and like kind of adjust, the stroke if it needs to be a little bit, thicker or a little bit more even. You can certainly go back and adjust it how you see fit. So now I'm just going to go through and do the rest of the letters. This part of the video will be sped up, but I will come back at the end and show you what I've done. And I'm going to draw the lowercase g again, but a little bit bigger so you can see the process of doing faux calligraphy. And I'm not thinking about any downstrokes. I'm not applying any pressure, just normal pressure. Draw the letter. And I just want to show you right here, this little spot right here, where like the oval doesn't quite connect. That's actually okay, because when you draw your secondary line, you can draw it on the inside of the initial line. So you can draw it, so here's the line here. You can draw it, I'll say, to the left of that line, or you could draw it to the right. But since I have that little weird part where it doesn't quite connect right, I'm going to draw my secondary line for this stroke on the left-hand side of this line. So once you have your letter drawn, you're going to go back in and draw a secondary line on only the parts that are the downstrokes. So with the G, it's going to be this left-hand side of the oval, and then it'll be the descender of the G. So it's going to be this line here. So those are the only two spots where there's going to be that secondary line. And so there's that secondary line for the left-hand side of the oval. And then I'm going to make a secondary line for the descender. But remember, I'm going to put that line on the left-hand side of the line and not on the right. And that's because I'm trying to cover up this little weird spot right here. So now, once we have our secondary line, we're just going to go back through and just fill this part or these parts in. So the part that's dashed right now, I'm going to go back in and just fill in that area. So to wrap up this video, faux calligraphy is a great way to help you get started if you're just beginning to hand letter. It allows you to get familiar with the downstrokes that you would need to create a letter. So this concludes this installment of the Learn Hand Lettering video. If you found this video helpful, let me know by hitting the like button or leaving a comment. If you enjoyed this content, consider subscribing for more videos like this and other art-related content. And as always, thanks for watching.